backlash going on, what's happening out in DC. Some of the blacks feel like blacks hate Trump for fixing the crime. So we're going to watch a little bit of this video. But then I also have some other corresponding videos that kind of sees a different version of what's going on from both sides of the house. So we're going to play a little bit of this and just get y'all opinions on what's going on in DC.
Brazen DC power grab feels personal because it is. Tell us more.
Well, look, I think that Donald Trump is deploying a very familiar playbook that has been used in the past, and he's just updating it, for cable news and social media. He's painting a distorted picture of urban chaos, questioning the competency of local Black leadership, and then he's pushing for federal intervention that strips away local control. I believe that Donald Trump is using the issue of juvenile crime in the District of Columbia. And I will just note, for the last 10 years that Mayor Bowser has been mayor, crime is constantly cited as the number one issue when residents are polled. And so I have definitely not suggested that no one cares about crime. It's personal for me. I'm literally talking to you from my home in Washington, D.C. But the issue is that Trump is using this as a pretext, specifically the instances of juvenile crime as a pretext for his authoritarian overreach. And because of the law in Washington, D.C., the fact that there is federal control over the District of Columbia in some regard, it makes it easier for him to do. But to be very clear, I think that the president has been very consistent. And when he says that next is Chicago, New York, LA, Oakland, again, all cities with Black mayors in states that have Democratic governors, I would know.
No, Oakland had an Asian mayor that just literally got ousted. Y'all got to start fact checking these people, because crime is rampant, homelessness is rampant, and the police can't do anything because their hands are tied, and the justice system over in California allows for criminals to continue to get out and roam free even when the police do their job. And they actually have a problem with a lack of funding for police and city services over in Oakland. How do I know this? Because I've covered it extensively, and the actual mayor is under indictment. What are we talking about, y'all? What are y'all listening?
So how do y'all feel about what President Trump has done in DC with cleaning up the streets, pulling, I don't know if you guys paid attention, they've been taking up the homeless encampments. They also got the National Guard out there. Crime has gone down. I think they also did numbers on how many firearms have been taken off the streets within like the past 3 days. Crime rate has, tremendously dropped. How do you guys feel about this? Do you feel like some of the communities are overreacting, or how do you guys feel about that?
Go ahead, Plug.
I heard about them in the homelessness. I heard them trying to clean that up. I didn't. That was until I seen it today. I was unaware of everything that was going on with the National Guard being out there on the streets and everything of that nature. That was new to me. That was like that's a lot. I mean, I know the result of the whole situation is working out, but that's a lot. That's a lot for people to have to come outside and see. You know what I mean? But if it was actually that bad, if it was actually that bad, I can't go against it. I can't go against it if it's rendering results. I can't go against it. But that's a lot. That's a lot for a community to take in. It's like, how do you weigh that? How do you weigh like, well, the crime is down, but it look crazy. It look like Beirut out here. You know what I mean? It's like, if you got to take one with the other, I guess, who wants to see that though? You know what I mean? You got a safe neighborhood, but everybody yard and trash all in the streets. You know what I'm saying? You got to say, yeah, it's like, I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy. I knew about the homelessness. That was cool. I thought that was cool when I heard that. I was like, I like that initiative, but I didn't know about that. Just seeing that, that's like, it's crazy. Seeing it again, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Are they providing resources for the homeless people? And I know that there's resources out there, and I know that some people are stubborn, of course, and don't want help and want to live out in the woods. and want to live on their own or whatever. But are they providing resources for them, or are they just like kicking them out the camps and cleaning up the camps and say y'all need to go on from here? Do you know if they're providing that?
They're providing them the same assistance they've been provided their whole time that they chose to be homeless.
I know I did see on the news earlier that they're sending the National Guard over from West.
If that makes any sense,
Are they doing something extra?
It's nothing more extra you can do.
Now I would attest that a lot of them cats that are on the street. Oh, I'm sorry.
She breaking up again.
Yeah. I'm sorry, April.
Go ahead.
But to attest that, I know a lot of like Kissimmee and Orlando back in Florida. It has a lot of homelessness in that area. You can't see it because they form their own like community. Like they're in the bushes, like they're literally in the bushes, like in between International Drive and 192. There's a whole community out there. You can only see it like if you go on a helicopter tour. And then you can fly over and you'll see all the tents that's out there. And a couple of them guys I used to see all the time when I worked in that area. And a lot of them guys, they got families that care for them. They don't want
the help.
Yeah, they cool with being out there. They cool out there with their partners. They like, dude told me in the racetrack, I tried to give him some money. He was like, I don't need that shit. I got money. You know what I'm saying? He was like, bro, I don't want no bills. I'm sick of bills. I'm sick of stress. He out there living carefree. He in their community out there, they're not nasty. They're just homeless. You know what I'm saying? They got plenty of places. These hotels, they you know what I'm saying? They go to these hotels, they get a room, and you know, they'll go in the room and shower, clean up, and do whatever they need to do. You know, they fine with it. You know what I mean? It's like some of them hotels out there be extended stays. They turn into like a little YMCA almost.
Yeah, and just being someone who lived there, man, like I still got a lot of people who I associate with who actually still live out there. A lot of the people that I was in running crews with, they love it. The city is clear, it's clean. I don't know if you guys been to DC, but majority of the homeless people are actually white. I know a lot of black people are having their problem with it, but it's a lot of white people, especially over there near like certain parts. It's a lot, and I agree with you, Classy. Yeah, Donald getting things done, and this is what I would challenge everyone with, right? I think sometimes we miss the boat on these topics, right? Because now that we're getting all these immigrants out of hotels, why aren't the people in the streets fighting for these homeless people to get those same benefits that the immigrants got?
Yeah.
You see what I mean? We're so focused on blaming Donald Trump and causing all this racist divide instead of saying, hey, okay, you're pushing them off their streets, but hey, where are those resources that the illegal immigrants had? Can we get these same resources for our people to get them back on their feet, to get them some services? This is what I be talking about right here. You're not seeing anybody boycott or protest about getting these people what they need. It's easy to look at the person who's cleaning up. I don't know anybody who wouldn't want their city cleaned up, first of all.
Right.
I don't know who wouldn't want their city cleaned up. And I know a lot of African Americans are looking at it like, as you've heard that young lady say, a lot of people get into this victim or this fear mongering of, oh, they're going to do this to other black majority states and all that. Well, if they have homeless people out there and they want to clean up their state, they probably will. But the National Guard initially came out there to solve the crime issue. And if you guys get a chance to go listen to Mary Bowser, she kind of backpedaling now. She was with President Trump. Now she's saying that she's kind of against the plan of National Guard because it's taken away the actual resources of her police officers to do their day-to-day job. So you see both sides.
Like assisting though, instead of, how is it taking away the resources?
I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't know if they probably doing a little bit more, but I don't know if you guys are aware. DC was already undermanned when it comes to, most states are undermanned.
Well, maybe because it's DC, because it's like they fall under different jurisdiction because DC is the District of Columbia. So so they probably fall under the same umbrella as federal. They both would be considered federal.
I said the only concern I do have is the future presidents that this may cause. I'm assuming he's saying like them having to deal with the cleanup or the
Yeah.
aftermath. Jen said there are resources, however, they are not being used. We need to stop feeling sorry for a lot of the homeless. They choose to live their life. Yeah, that's what Plug
Yeah.
was just talking about.
Well, I would say to Oz that it shouldn't take that long for it to be cleaned up. You know what I'm saying? Like we should go ahead and get that cleaned up, Oz.
Yeah. I really feel like we should be fighting for the resources that the other people were able to get. I really feel like that's what people should be fighting for. He said, I don't be trying to hear about people's emotions. I
They
said,
were doing some local homeless cleaning up here in my city too as well. The local law enforcement was.
He said, I was homeless for a bit when I first moved to Alaska. And yeah, that was the sentiment that I got from the community. Plug. They were content. Yeah.
Most of them are.
He 100 agree with class. April, you cutting in and out. April, you might be better getting on your phone. You might be better getting on your phone. Jen said, I do feel like the government could be more supported by spending on the U.S. instead. Yeah, I agree. That's why I feel like most of the resources have to come from April giving up down there. It's okay, April. It's okay. If you could try your phone, it might be a little bit easier because sometimes the cellular data is better than the. So, okay. All right. So I want to play this next video because we're hearing the negative side of things, but I want people to also be able to hear the positive side of how people think. And this is one young man. This is where our thumbnail comes from with the Gotham City. It's the old DC. So here we go.
Understand it, and I don't think I ever will. Why the fuck is people that's not from the city saying DC's not that bad? Why is a nigga from Denver, Colorado saying DC's not that bad and Trump is just trying to be a dictator? Gang, DC is fucking like Gotham City, bruh. Like, y'all do not know. Y'all out of towners, Mo. Mind y'all fucking business, bruh. 4 infants got killed in a month. This shoot is every day. Contact is every day. The city is fucking wild right now, bruh. And it might say it's the lowest it's ever been. That's because these niggas is not getting caught. There's so much shit going on. Y'all don't even know, bruh. I'm recovering from getting shot in DC, gang. So for y'all out of towners to be like DC's not that bad and this shit don't need to be done, y'all don't know shit, bruh. Like, for real, y'all don't know shit, bro. What Donald Trump is doing right now, getting the homeless off the street and putting all these law enforcement people in throughout DC, that shit needs to be done good. I'm tired of fucking Gotham City, gang. I'm tired of that shit, bro. I'm trying to go to U Street and not have to worry about running from fucking bullets, bro. I'm sick of that shit, gang.
So
I'm with you, dog. Tell feeling until it happened to them, boy. I'm trying to tell you, boy.
He's so passionate. He don't know.
You don't know what to say.
He can't even run ticket.
Shit going through it, bro.
Hey, but for real, yeah, like U Street, for those who haven't been to DC, it's a very, very hey Scotty, stop asking all these questions. Uncle Plug is on the podcast. Thank you, sir. Stop sending those text messages. So my watch blowing up over here. He said, April, you're muted. Yeah, I don't know. April, you was trying to say something while you got some service?
No, I didn't have. I'm good. No, I was saying that he was passionate about it. And he was like, yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't understand, like, being there and being a part of it is totally different than people sitting behind their computers or people visiting. But here go another look too, before we move off the topic, because it was a lot of people who've been victims of violence in DC, and these people feel a certain way too. He said, I feel it's Trump clean up Chicago, all move back for sure.
Chicago, wow.
Yeah, it is. So,
DC working to clean up the Capitol on behalf of the president's orders. Also, as they ramp up their efforts, we're reminded of the painful reality for the victims and families who have been impacted by violent crime in our nation's capital.
My brother is not a number. All these people are not numbers. They are humans.
It is frankly due to the grace of God that the four steps he did get in didn't kill me.
You had some, April?
While I was sitting in the hospital recovering, I found out my attacker had just been released from prison the day prior.
I go to those crime scenes. I sit with those families who the medical examiners is picking their bodies up off the ground. I deal with this. It is a problem. I deal with the fact of me having a paralyzed son, the mental anguish that he goes through.
I looked at Eric's stashes and I said, Eric, you haven't died in vain. Things will change so other people are safe when they go visit DC or work in DC. And that's my goal, to make people safe.
Griff Jenkins has more for us in Washington. Hi, Griff.
Hey, Jana, good morning. And while the stats show this 30-year low in violent crime here in DC, the reality on the streets tells a very different story. And for many victims of crime, this is personal. Asia Tamimi lost her husband 4 years ago, and her sons have been victims of gun violence.
My husband first.
So as you see there, I just wanted to show that because a lot of people go for the stats and the numbers and things of that nature. But it's a lot of people who actually appreciate what President Trump is doing of all races, not just one race, not just one side. And I think it's very good to get information from everybody. And like, people don't understand when you live somewhere. Even Classic said it for Chicago. He said, if he can bring in the military, let's get them right. I think a lot of people will be up for that if they city really needed it. I know my city back home, Shreveport, they can definitely use it. Definitely use it. People getting shot every day, no matter what. So what are your guys' thoughts on that, seeing other people's opinion and stories about that?
It's a big
The only thing I
influence.
gotta say is, if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. If the local law enforcement needs assistance and they can't do what they need to do, then so be it. Do whatever it is that they have to do to get things done.
Definitely. I co-sign that. Whatever they can do to get it done. Folks want to be safe.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I thought it was a very interesting topic. It's a lot going on down there in DC, man. A lot going on. But I think it's a good thing. I always think it's a good thing when things are moving forward. And I want people to start thinking, hey, this is temporary. National Guard is temporary. Them cleaning up the homeless encampment is all temporary. They're doing something temporary to hopefully have a long-term solution. And I think that's what we need to start thinking about. Be where your feet are. Stop worrying about what they're going to do in Chicago or what they're going to do in California. If you live in DC and the crime rate is going down, you're able to walk your dog in peace. You're able to run around the city in peace. That's what should be the most important thing. I would never understand someone arguing about their safety and the safety of others.
Yeah.
I would never understand that.
I see a big influx of your people, your folks from Shreveport moving to Texas. In this area, a big influx, bro. Like they're like, man, I can't take it anymore.
Barbershop,
yeah. I see a lot of them, bro. I got like at least 10.
Yeah,
and that's 10. That means that's 10 families that been left out of there saying, man, I can't take it no more, bro. And I ain't the only shop, so I just imagine how many people didn't escaped out of there. You don't just move away; you escape when it's a war zone around you, man.
It's a drought, man. It's a drought in Shreveport, man. And just imagine we don't even have half of the resources that DC has.
Yeah.
Not even a third. Not even, I want to say a half, not even a third. You know, my brother is law enforcement there, so I hear about it all the time. So I tell people all the time, man, like, there's nothing wrong with improving your life. There's nothing wrong with